arm was all bendy, Mayor.
Well, it's obvious the bastard's got Lyme disease.
What?
Lyme disease. You touch some deer feces and then you eat a sandwich without washing your hands, you got your Lyme disease.
And that makes you look like a squid.
Oh, well, fuck you all for laughing.
Chief, another attack over at the Castavets.
What?
Grant's been stealing animals off farms edge of town.
Oh,
All right, folks, let's go. Don't forget your guns. We don't want any Lyme disease popping out at us.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Ha, ha, fucking ha.
All right, we are live. Welcome back, Hack Stab Slash Nation. It's I'm Hacky, that's Stabby, and your main narrator today is going to be Slashy. Why don't you guys say hi to the family?
How's it going, everybody?
What is up? Let's get into this, guys. How's everyone doing?
Let's jump in real fast. We got a slam dunk pick by none other than Waterboy coming in at halftime at the Bourbon Bowl. You remember, I remember. Let's get it.
All right.
We're doing Slither. Has anyone else seen Slither? I seen bits and pieces, but what about you guys?
I did see this a long time ago, but I had no idea it was actually this good. I completely forgot about it. And
Yeah, same. Like, I saw this when it came out. I saw it in theater, like, that weekend a million years ago. What was it, 2005, 2006?
Yeah.
And I loved it. Absolutely loved this movie. But I haven't seen it since then, and it's just, I forgot how much I loved it.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Slither was a major fucking flop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that has to do with, I was listening to a couple of podcasts on my way back from helping out the family. A lot of that has to do with the marketing. They marketed this as a real horror movie in the trailers, not a horror comedy.
Yeah.
I think if they had just called it like Killer Slugs from Outer Space meets a wisecracking mayor, it would have done a lot better.
Oh, incredible. Oh, God, that mayor. So
The comedic relief of this movie was all Mayor. Oh, my God.
love the mayor.
All right. The storyline behind Slither. I'm going to read it word for word, verbatim, off of IMDb. From the depths of the endless space, a flaming meteorite crashes into the dark woods. I'm going to stop right there. That flaming meteorite, I thought it was like an 80s like opening.
Dude,
I was like, is it going to say like Paramount Pictures or something behind it? Or
when that came in, I literally thought it was the beginning of the movie Armageddon. And Bruce Willis was going to be coming out.
I was waiting to see it like fishing line strings holding onto it and going towards the camera. All right.
And then it just...
all right, so the meteorite crashes into the dark woods of a sleepy town of Wheelsley. Worst fucking name ever. South Carolina. As the scorched rock reveals its silent content, a baneful parasitic organism. A subtle alien invasion commences. I'm murdering this. I am murdering this.
So good. Those are big words.
The war's unlucky first victim in the town's local businessman, Grant. Fun fact, Grant's last name is also Grant. Little by little, as an internal change transforms Grant into an utterly hideous monstrosity. Wow. His wife, Starla, starts to feel that something has been eating at him the last few days. Now, before the unstoppable extraterrestrial attack, no one is safe. And to make matters worse, Grant's transformation is far from over yet. Who can stop the slithering army of outer space? You tell us. I'm going to tell you who can stop him. Nathan Fillion, fucking legend, sci-fi legend, Firefly masterpiece. Let's go.
I think Starla could have probably stopped it all by just, not giving Grant blue balls, and he had to go to the bar and
no,
all the meat.
I'm good, darling. Not tonight, darling. Why don't you go just jerk off?
Bro, why don't you just go play with it yourself? Huh?
Yeah, you got rejected hard. That was tough to watch.
I mean, literally, he got rejected hard.
Poor Grant.
Yeah, he was hard while he got rejected.
Oh, my God.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh, dear God. All right, take it over, Waterboy. Let's go. Let's get into it.
All right, so as Sean was stating, it started off with a big meteor.
I
Actually,
fucking
really
murdered
small,
that intro. Not in a good
really
way.
small meteor coming down, and we pan off from that. We have the cop Bill and Wally, who were sitting in the police car. and the meteor comes down right behind them. And we cut off to the town where we see a guy honking his horn, and it's the mayor. We didn't know that. Get out of the way, you cocksucker. And onlookers say, "Morning, Mayor." We cut off to the classroom where we see Starla for the first time, who is teaching a class. And a little pic here, the school team is called Cooters, which is a pretty nice name for a school team. We see Grant picking up Elizabeth. We see that they are married. And we pan over to Grant, we pan over to where the house at night, where we see Grant trying to do the deed with Starla, but he's left with blue balls. It's terrible. This is where the movie starts, just because of that. How dangerous that can be. We moved to some of the best karaoke I think I've ever heard, where Grant is drinking at the bar, and we meet Brenda, who had her eyes on Grant because Grant's a rich boy, and
he's fucking shredded in this movie,
dude. Oh my god. And we move on to them drunkenly walking through the woods. They start making out, and Grant notices the meteor, and something had crawled out from it, almost like a sluggy little residue left on the ground, where he starts to follow it, and he finds the creature, where it shoots a barb worm that just slithers right into his chest. And we see a quick little 80s x-ray of it moving into his brain, where
that
Grant...
was fucking horrible.
So bad.
Some of the best CGI I've ever seen. Where Grant doesn't seem to be his normal self. So we move on to the house, where he opens up the fridge looking for nothing but meat. He's randomly making a bed of leaves in his garage, like an animal trying to make a nest or something. And we see, let's see, Starla puts on some love music, and so it pans out to morning, and Starla puts on some love music, feeling sorry. Make up for last night,
the night before.
And so they actually did the deed there. And we see Grant going to the grocery store and asking for a couple ribeyes, and he's like, let me
get 10 ribs.
Let me get 14.
Let me just get the whole store. All right. So he loads up his truck full of freaking meat. Oh god. And so we pan back, and they go back into the house. He ended up putting a lock on the door to the basement, where I'm pretty sure he stores like a bunch of this meat, or we'll find out later a little bit of different things. So he has a pain in his chest, and he goes outside and sees a dog barking, and he goes back. It goes black, and you just hear the sound of the dog yelping. So you know that dog ain't doing too good.
Oh, rest in peace.
Oh man. We see that Grant's starting to develop a rash on his neck. Starla is in the shower, and Grant starts walking up, where the movie starts to turn into a hentai tentacle porn with two what looks like tentacles with teeth or nails on the ends that come out of his chest. And it seems like he's still... Well, actually, let's cut to you guys.
Get you, Starla.
What do you guys think about those tentacles?
Yeah, so that stuff coming out of his stomach, that looks it looked like a long Italian sausages, and you could tell he was trying to control it, like he doesn't, like he's got the urge. Yeah. You can see there's some kind of urge. He wants to get Starla, but he's still at this point like trying to hold back, and those Italian sausages are flapping out of his stomach. And
he wants to pork her hard for sure.
Yeah. You can definitely tell like the alien that's inside of Grant wants Starla. But there's got to be something left of Grant that's like, no, you're not doing this. Like,
right.
You own me. We'll find someone else.
Exactly.
We jump back real quick.
Somewhat of a conscience.
Like before the grocery scene, we see Starla talking to a coworker about Grant, and she goes, "He's just like a little boy that's never had sex before. He did so many things to me, like he was just exploring my body."
Like a little boy.
Oh, yeah. He did.
Yeah.
He did for sure. Yeah. I see.
Yeah,
at that point, I don't know how his dick looked compared to his chest, but I mean, maybe
must have been a lot better. And then when he opens the fucking tailgate of the truck, like I'm like, oh, he's gonna bring in groceries, and it's just like every meat pack in the fucking county area just fell out of the back of his pickup truck.
Everything. He had the whole entire grocery store in there.
Oh god.
But yeah, that tentacle was fucking gross.
So gross.
Jesus. So we cut over to where we see Bill, who has had a crush on Starla, and Grant goes over to Brenda's house, and we see them cutting off to where they're having a little speech on stage at the bar where Grant was supposed to be with Starla, and the mayor goes on stage to make a speech, counting down until deer season or hunting season, I believe it was.
I think they call it the deer cheer.
The deer cheer.
The deer cheer.
And oh boy, we're going to see a nice, awesome deer later. We see Brenda taking off her shirt, and then Grant takes off his, revealing his grotesque chest with them tentacles, and then he starts injecting into her stomach. He
has like a pure orgasm. Like
he definitely came on her chest. That's
she is seizing. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, when she starts, like, it almost looks like she's climaxing from this. Because when she starts going nuts, Grant, like, sits next to her, and it looks like he's ready to light up a cigarette like he's done while she's still having fun.
She's, like, seizing and going.
It's like, I'll finish without you. You know, typical, you know. So Starla sees Grant, where he looks all messed up. Well, Starla goes home where all the lights are
home. Yep.
And Starla sees Grant where he looks all messed up. Says it was just a bee sting.
Just a bee sting, baby.
It's just a bee sting.
Yeah, come on, baby.
Doctor says it happens.
Yeah, it happens to the best of it.
Yeah, it happens.
He gave me a prescription.
Yep.
The prescription is death, bitch.
Gonna fix these tentacles, no problem. So Grant bringing Brenda, we see Grant bringing Brenda a bunch of meat where she chows down on the raw meat. Mm-hmm. And Bill and Wally show up.
Snack.
Yeah, I got you a little snack right here, darling.
Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. You just gonna have to eat this.
Get this coon right here. Bill and Wally show up at Starla Grant's home looking for Brenda, where they say Grant was last seen going into her home. And Starla gets a bat and knocks down that lock because she's pretty suspicious of Grant already. And heading down to the basement, there's a horrible smell, revealing all the dead animals that were missing, along with raccoons and etc.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean,
everything.
On the plus side with Grant, he's got to have some form of OCD because as much of a mess as that roadkill and fucking neighborhood pets were in that basement, did you guys notice he had everything labeled?
Yeah, and it looked like it was sorted by animal, so he definitely had a good.
He had like coyotes hanging up from the ceiling, and they all had tags that said coyote.
He had a very, very good system going on right there.
Oh yeah. No fuck around.
Yeah.
She tries calling Bill, and we see Grant at the window, even more deformed, and he chases Starla, saying he can't trust her no more, and tries to give her some of that tentacle goodness. She whacks him in the head with a lamp, and he wraps his arm around her neck. And when I say wrap, he literally, his arm contorts and like wraps like a snake around her neck.
Oh yeah.
Like a goddamn squid.
Goddamn, I'm tired of these goddamn squids. And it's
Get these motherfucking squids out my goddamn town.
We have the police force come in with Bill and Wally, and he does let her go with the crazy arm dangling as he runs out. So and funny. Bill saying, "What the fuck was that?"
See, I watched this with Kristen, and she literally stops, looks at me, and goes, "Why the fuck didn't they shoot him?"
Right? They all just stand there and he runs away.
They thought it was just a bee sting.
Right? The way he ran away too, just
so ridiculous. It was such an incredibly awesome, stupid scene.
I fucking this is where I got hooked on the movie.
Yeah.
This right here is where I was like, I am all in. Like earlier, I was like, fuck Waterboy, making me watch a creature feature, like bodily horror with like arachnophobia, 8-legged freaks. I know I'm poking fun at you, Justin, but like the worms, shit like that, dude, it just grosses me out, and I don't enjoy watching it. But this thing, oh my fucking god, did I enjoy it?
Yeah, from this point on,
we're going to watch Justin's movie.
Yeah, from like this point on, it just gets ridiculous. Like from right there, like after he runs away, like the rest of this movie is bonkers.
Oh my god. All right, keep going, Waterboy.
All right, so 3 days later, let's see, he's on the screen. Mayor's in the police station talking to Bill about needing to find Grant. So there's an octopus on Bill's desk.
Gotta find this motherfucker. He's out there. I got a goddamn election. Motherfucker man breathing down my neck. He got some kind of disease or some shit. What is that, a squid?
So we got an octopus on Bill's desk. And so you could use it as a police sketch and take it door to door, see if anybody recognizes it. It's obvious the bastard has Lyme disease.
So in the scene.
This part, I immediately felt so bad for Justin because, as most of you know, like he does suffer from Lyme disease.
I was texting. Yeah, I want to talk about this scene really fast. Like I was texting when I saw this. As someone who literally suffers, like even like right now through this podcast, like I have like bad chronic Lyme disease, but that's a whole nother story. Just this scene, I was dying laughing so much because they're talking about how he has a squid arm. And the mayor's like, well, it was dark in there. Maybe you didn't know what he has. He clearly has Lyme disease. And then he goes, oh, yeah, you touch some Lyme feces, you eat a sandwich without washing your hands, bang, you got Lyme disease. And
you get that Lyme disease, you touch some deer shit, get feces on your hands, not wash it off, make yourself a sandwich and eat it, and you got Lyme disease.
Happens all
the
time.
Then Bill says, it makes you look like a squid? And I'm just absolutely unbelievable. And then they literally get a call, and like as they're running out, like they get a call and all panicking out. They're like, "Oh, hope it's not some more Lyme disease." Like, unbelievable, absolutely incredible.
Oh my fucking god!
Oh, sorry, Waterboy. Keep on going. Awesome scene.
Immediately, I was like, "Is this how Justin got Lyme disease?
Right?
Did you fuck around with some deer shit?"
I mean, he goes hiking all the time, and
I know. Like, do I look like a squid? Like, I'm like, I don't think.
Some days you just never know.
Show us your chest.
I know. Like, shirtless cameo, let's go. Oh, all right.
So going out to a field where they see scattered remains of animals where Grant must have dragged a cow away. And there's they were talking about a rancher with a cleft palate and that he looks like a chipmunk where these we're trying to find tracks where he's going next.
Did you guys see the rancher they were talking about at the beginning of the movie? He's got no top lip.
Yeah. God. Following a pattern of where Grant is picking off farms livestock, and they're going out to hunt Grant. And Starla wants to go with Bill to try to get Grant because he thinks, there's still something of Grant left in there to try to save him. They show up at Otis's farm, waiting to see if Grant comes. Talking about
he came.
He did. He came real hard. I'm gonna just do this in country accent. Talking about Mark.
There you go. Let's go.
Packs of
do it.
Lunch.
No, please don't.
Mayor sees Grant coming through the field. You said squid? Yeah, it gets worse. Looks like something that fell off my dick during the war.
Yeah, that looks like something that fell off my dick during the war.
Another great one-liner.
What we gonna do now, Bill? The cuffs won't fit on him.
Dude, before this scene when they were in the police station and they were mapping out his tracks, did you see how they were mapping it out?
Yeah.
They had fucking squid stickers.
Oh, yeah, yes. Squid stickers. So good.
Like little holographic squid stickers that you get when you're like a kid. You do good on a report.
Right?
Could you imagine how... Stickers. Yeah. Hey, can you run down to the store and get us some of them there stickers? We'll put them on the board, figure out where he's going.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this fucking movie.
So we see Grant, he kills a cow and he starts dragging it behind him. And Starla and all the men go to Grant and corner him. And Charlie goes up behind him and says, "Stop right there. I don't care what kind of leprosy you got."
So, such a great line again.
The tentacle comes out quick and splits him in half.
Awesome.
Freaking awesome. And what do you got? What do you guys think about that so far?
Oh my god.
Dude, the leprosy line is so good. Oh.
You can do it the easy way or the hard way. I don't care what kind of leprosy you got, but we getting that girl back.
And that tentacle split. Oh my dear god. Awesome kill. Splits him right in half, and you see him kind of just looking, and like you see like the slice like happen, and just peels right off. Just
it reminded me of like that scene from like 13 Ghosts where that
13 Ghosts
the guy in half.
Yes.
What I love so much about, like, I mean, that was CGI, and it's like, you guys have heard me on other episodes how much I fucking hate CGI.
Yeah.
But when it splits him in half, and you slowly see that, like, the slice for him, did you guys notice, like, his eyes started getting blacker? Like, he got black eyes?
Yeah.
Shit like that. Like, yeah, that was sick. That was
detail
very
in
good.
that whole thing. That was
Awesome
Oh
kill.
God.
Awesome kill.
Loved it.
Oh man. So the mayor goes. So they start going through the woods chasing after him, and the guy slithers off fucking quick as hell.
Giant slug.
Giant slug. The mayor goes, "Come out, little pussy." He's trying to use reverse
You
psychology.
little bitch. Wait, he doesn't even call it psychology. He's like, I'm trying to use reverse psychosis.
Yeah, he says like the wrong word.
Psychosis. So they walk up on a barn that has a horrible smell. And then we open up and we see Brenda, who looks like a head attached to a weather balloon.
If you guys look up to Waterboy's corner of the head, you can see
Oh my
Brenda.
God, you got it right there. If you anyone watching.
I can't even use my finger right now. And says, and she says, something's wrong with me. I say, yeah, no shit.
It's like, no shit.
Yeah, like, we gotta get her to the hospital. How the fuck we gonna get her to the hospital?
This was my favorite scene in the whole movie.
Hey, you mind handing me over a piece of that possum over there? Just a little bit.
I'm so hungry.
I'm so hungry. You don't know how it feels to be this hungry.
The fact that they don't give her the possum, and she's that big, and clearly, like, you know her extremities don't work, and she just starts doing the...
Yeah, just
like her stomach's growling, and then she's just getting bigger.
These little fuckers are eating me from the inside.
It hurts so
bad.
bad.
Me apart. And then all of a sudden she rips apart, and all these slugs just pour out everywhere. And they start going inside. They start going inside Wally's mouth, and everybody just starts getting slugs. So they, trying to cover up their mouth so these things don't go in them. We're heading towards town, and so then we go over to where we meet Kylie, who is one of Otis's daughter from the farm that they were just at, and she's in a bath, and we see slugs starting going across the window there, and they're going into the kids' room, and one slips into the bathroom, into Kylie's bath, and she sees it at the last minute, but it still goes into her mouth a little bit, but she grabs it, not before she sees visions of where these creatures had been before, like taking over planets, and she ends up just ripping it out and throwing it at the wall, and then she kills it with a freaking curling iron. I think
it was a curling iron. Yeah. Awesome scene. Love that scene.
God, just saying, I like to eat those. The Chinese sausages you get from the supermarket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched the scene and I lost all my appetite for them.
Yeah, I was gonna say it does not sound as good anymore. Like
no.
Oh God, I'm never gonna look at
I'm vegetarian after.
Yeah, right.
So she runs out, but they got her mom and also her little sisters, and then we see that they got her dad too when she gets down to the car.
Yeah.
And,
come on, open the door, baby.
Come on.
It's family time.
Family fun day. So we go back to the mayor. Praise Jesus. That's just about as far from Jesus you can get. Have you seen anything like that? I haven't. And I watch Animal Planet all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, he says, praise Jesus. I ain't never seen no Jesus like that. That's as far as God from you can get. I seen some weird shit, and I ain't never seen some shit like that. I watch Animal Planet.
All the fucking time.
Like, what the fuck is going on right now?
They're outside where they're still waiting for the other people because we're not sure if they're dead yet. And the mayor starts saying, this has got to be the government. I swear if I catch this and turn into some mollusk, I'm suing those bastards. And you can sue right beside me. I don't care if you're a lesbo. You don't deserve this shit. Oh, God. And then we have Wally waking back up behind Starla. And he starts speaking, but it's actually Grant. So we learn here he's speaking through Wally so that they're like all these creatures are connected to just like one giant brain pretty much. And says that he's sorry that he lost his head. Seems that the species are all connected. Then they all start getting back up, including Kylie's family. All of them start talking like Grant and Starla, and then Trevor, one of the police officers that wakes up, spits out some type of acid, and I forget her name.
Yeah, it gets her right on her neck,
and it just like Barb. Yeah, and it just starts exploding her little neck there. I don't know if it was an acid or something or from aliens. Mm-hmm. So ambushing everybody in the town starts to turn into these little creatures. Wally, aka Grant, saying to Starla that she doesn't have the balls to shoot him, and she blows his head off, and we see this little slug hanging out of his head.
That was really cool.
And that was just awesome. And then it just
wiggles
gets down
around
and slithers away.
Oh yeah.
All I could think about was the bitch found me.
Right.
God damn it.
That was badass.
And then Bill, who stumbles onto Kylie before they could get her inside the truck, and asks what happened to Otis, and he says, "Poison ivy, maybe." And then the little girls are like, "We're itchy."
We're itchy.
So awesome.
It's so fucking creepy. I got like very Shining vibes from that.
Oh
yeah.
Annie,
Oh my gosh.
do you want to come and play?
Right.
Jesus. And the mayor was about to be attacked by Trevor, but Bill hits him with the car, and Starla stabs him through the neck with the signpost, and everybody's like, "Holy shit, I was not expecting that." And the bitch is hardcore, the mayor says.
Hardcore.
Oh yeah, dude, she fucks him up.
Oh yeah.
So incredible.
I asked your goddamn secretary, make sure I got some Dr. Pim. Where's the Dr. Pim? I
The
got
mayor
fucking
freaking out in the
slugs
car.
up in my town. Everyone's a zombie. They're all running away. I got shit trying to go down my throat, and I can't get me some Dr. Pim.
Dude, that is so funny because this scene is actually like a super important scene when like Kylie starts telling how like she saw everything and she talks about the aliens. So we actually have like a really important scene here where you learn like a little bit of the backstory and she lets the other characters in on what she knows. Right after this dude's pissed off about Mr. Pibb. It's so good. Oh, so good.
So they drive off, and they're like, so how's everybody's evening going? And talking to Shelby on the radio, asking if she has seen any of the worms. Says his mom called, needing to fix the toilet after backing it up on Sunday. And right after that, the slugs fall out from the vent onto Shelby. And Kylie, of course, like Justin was saying, was talking about the planet killers, and just making more than basically just move on to different planets, taking them over and just harvesting. And calls back to Shelby, and then we hear her say, "Welcome back, killer. Got a surprise for you right around the corner." And then right when she says that, a truck slams right into the police car.
Boom!
And crashes him out. And so we see Bill pulling Kylie out, and the zombies start to take the mayor. And Bill is going to try to get the grenade to try to use it on Grant, because it's, Kylie was saying, think if we can take him out if we use this grenade on him. And he's going to the police station, and he gets attacked by a mutant slug deer. Like, what the fuck was that?
I said in the group text, I was like, cocaine bear, meet wormy deer.
That was so just incredible. It looked so stupid, but in a great way.
It took me like 10 minutes. I was like, is this a dog? Is it an oversized cat? Is this a malnourished beer?
I had no clue
what the fuck is going on.
And
then I realized it was the deer from earlier.
And the fact that Kylie saves him, hits the deer in the head with a fire extinguisher.
Yeah, awesome.
So ridiculous. Awesome.
And then he's saying later on that, just Sam, when this is all over, you're going to say that, I saved you from that, right?
Oh, yeah. He's like, I'm reversing this.
So we pan back to Starla, who's being put down on the bed at her house. And Bill and Kylie following the bodies being dragged to try to get to where Grant is back at his home. And Grant, along with all the other little zombies, yelling for her to come down. And we pan back down to the mayor, who turns on his lighter and sees the other town folk eating the meat and becoming like Brenda was earlier. And the mayor opens the basement door, and boom, just tentacles right into his neck, injecting him out.
Yep.
And Grant uses his tentacles and puts on some nice love-making music like earlier.
Dude, it's so loud.
Yeah. And Grant is now a huge tentacle monster, and he's forming with all these other bodies, like they're just forming with each other. The weirdest, grossest thing you'll ever freaking see.
The blob.
Yeah, this is pretty much a blob.
This is the part where I texted you guys, and I was like, is that a fat Ed Sheeran that just mutilated with Grant's ass?
So disgusting.
They're like when you see that one of the fat guys just joining in with them, and they're all having
he was wearing a satin bathrobe too. It just
up.
Fit the mood. I was expecting lit candles and shit.
Right? Just disrobes and
some
slowly
Barry
walks
Manilow.
Gets in there.
Yeah.
And Starla, sweet talking Grant, and he gets close, and she stabs him with the hairbrush, where he hits her and knocks her back into the radio, and they spot Bill and Kylie. It says, "I've been around a billion years. You think you can fuck with me?" And Bill takes out the grenade, and Grant knocks it out of his hands, and he finds it, and Grant knocks him out. Knocks him out the fucking window, and the grenade blows up into the pool. That fucks up that plan. And then Grant uses his tentacles to get Bill, and then holding on to one tentacle, and the other one pumping him full of this shit. He puts the other tentacle inside of a propane tank, and it starts sucking up all this propane. And then he retracts the tentacles back, and Bill tells Starla to shoot him, even though he knows he could die from it. And Starla shoots Grant, and he explodes, and everybody who was infected falls down onto the floor. So we're not sure if they're all dead or what, if they're cured after this thing goes down. But Bill is still alive with gross pus pouring out of his stomach, like disgusting, like he just popped a cyst. And,
you know who's not alive? The mayor.
Shoot me! Oh yeah, you gotta say that, yeah.
Bill did end up shooting the mayor there.
Dude, no hesitation either. He was just like,
instantly put him out of his misery.
And then so they start, walking to the hospital, where then we hear, Bill telling Starla, that he saved her from that deer earlier for Kylie.
The story.
Tell them about how I saved her from the deer. Just do it, Ben.
And then it just, pans out with some music playing as they're walking down the street to the damn hospital. And that is the movie.
And that is the movie.
That is so the movie. So
I fucking love this movie so much.
What did you guys think? The whole movie was just awesome comedy. Really, it was great.
Oh, I loved it. It had like the throwbacks. It literally felt like sci-fi horror with so much comedic relief in it. I watched it, I felt kind of like gross yesterday. My whole family's sick. I was like fighting a stomach bug. Not the best time to watch it ever. That was actually disgusting. But I absolutely forgot how great this movie was. What do you think, Sean?
I absolutely love this. I was expecting to hate it, never want to watch it again, and tell Waterboy that he sucks at picking movies. When in fact, I watched this with Kristen on the couch, and then the second it was over and we went to bed, I put it back on.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you fucking liked it. God.
I'm giving this movie a solid 8 out of 10, dude.
Same.
If you can get past the first 10 to 15 minutes of cheesy ass fucking redneck hillbilly, puns and all that stuff, and wait until he gets infected and the movie picks up. Once it picks up, dude, it doesn't stop.
So
the perfect depiction of a damn country ass poke town down in the holler type of place.
This fucking whole movie takes place in South Carolina, bro. It was shot in Vancouver.
Well, it was a great ride. Definitely worth a watch. If anybody 100%. Hasn't seen this yet, definitely give it a watch. I give it a solid 8 out of 10 as well. Justin, what would you rate this movie?
I have this written down as a 8.2 out of 10.
Very good, very solid. Oh my gosh. Does anybody have any facts about this movie besides the director being James Gunn, who moved on from this to freaking make Guardians of the damn Galaxy?
Right, like Marvel. Let's go.
Oh God.
Yeah, this was actually James Gunn his directorial debut.
First director.
He went on to make one of my favorite remakes ever in Dawn of the Dead.
I was gonna say he did Dawn of the Dead too. That's definitely one of the best remakes.
His wife, I think they're still married. His wife Jenna Fisher was a last-minute replacement for the secretary.
Yep.
I guess it was actually her birthday, and she had showed up and had always wanted to be in a zombie movie, but he had cast someone else, and whoever they had cast apparently got sick and was actually hospitalized. And she showed up as he got the news, and he was like, "Happy birthday, honey! You get to be in a zombie movie." So that's how that happened.
Yep.
Oh man.
And so good. Sorry, what?
There's a ton of puns throughout the movie if you pay attention, the bathtub scene. That's reminiscent of Freddy Krueger with the glove in the bathtub.
I noticed that right away.
Yeah, he throughout the movie heavily references The Fly. And then if you look at like the name of the pharmacies or the school or anything like that, there's a lot of horror tropes throughout the movie. There's like way too many to list, but
yeah.
Yeah.
The amount of Easter eggs, and like James Gunn is known for that. The amount of Easter eggs he put in this is unbelievable. And even referencing this to Halloween, like the voice of Dr. Carl when he calls is Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie.
Rob Zombie's in every single James Gunn movie as a voice.
God, I don't even know that.
Yeah, even Guardians of the Galaxy, he's in every single one of them. Just as
That's
a voice.
crazy.
And Lloyd Kaufman from the Troma movies, he's actually in the police station as like one of the drunks. So you got Lloyd Kaufman in there as well. And like Sean said, the amount of Easter eggs, like the high school was named Earl Bassett High from the character of Tremors. What's that? Fred Ward's character in Tremors. So they named that. And like Sean said.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Justin, no.
No!
Justin!
Oh, Justin, come back to us, baby.
Baby, come back.
We can do it all from love.
Am I back?
Yeah.
Your sound is, your face is still frozen.
Yeah,
God, that's the worst. But yeah, so much. And I believe James Gunn even he is a teacher at the school. You see him in the very beginning of the movie when they're showing you see him at a teacher at school talking to one of them. So there's his little cameo.
He's I think he's the one talking to
Starla? Is that?
Yeah, Starla outside of the school.
Outside of the school, yeah. When
Grant shows up and he's like, get the fuck away from him.
Yeah, when Grant shows up. So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this movie.
You guys got anything else?
I've got nothing. I think that about wraps it up right there.
Quick little fun episode. Hey, Justin.
Oh, well, I was supposed the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you guys didn't see my sick dance moves. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
All right. So that wraps up Slither. And what movie do we have next week?
Next week on the agenda, I think I might have to bust out my pivot move. Based off Justin's last TikTok, if you will, we got a ton of feedback, and a lot of people loved Lost Boys. However, as much as I love Lost Boys, I think I was outnumbered, and we got our first official stitch for 30 Days a Night. So Next week, Hackstab Slash, we are
doing this?
We're doing 30 Days a Nights, boys.
Oh,
let's go!
Shit.
Let's do it!
Hell yes.
Hell to the motherfucking yeah!
See you next week.
Yeah, adios.
Next week, everybody.
Peace.
Peace.
Later, babes.